I think we are good to go. We have 91 students now. So, welcome to the class, all of you. My name is YADAV, and I'll be teaching you Law of Crimes 3. Now, few things we need to know before we begin with the classes. And the first thing is the platform on which we're taking the class, Google Meet. Now, Google Meet is new to me, and I suppose it's new to most of you as well. Because earlier most of the classes were happening on Zoom or some other platform, but not on Google Meet. At least I was not using Google Meet. So, as and when we move ahead in the class and we move forward, we'll get to know about more of features in Google Meet. Right? So, first thing is the best way of communicating, since we have a huge class of 125, around 125 students. So the best way of communicating with each other would be through messages. So if anyone has any question, any doubt, anything they want to say, so you could type it in the message box, and I'm reading all the messages. I'll get the reply. First point. Second point, if you have intelligence CRs, good. If you do not have, one person has to volunteer and create your class groups, right? It's easy to convey messages through groups and WhatsApp. Right? So please do that, section C and D both. Alright. Now also, I should start brief. Okay, regarding attendance, I hope you know that although it is online platform, but still the university is very strict about the attendance. So you have to attend the class, and I'll keep on asking questions in between to find out if you're there or just you're online and not there actually. Fine? Okay, and another thing, you have to drop a message again and again, for at least today, that everyone has to join the class only with their due ID, because there are strict instructions from the Dean office, also from the PIC office, to not to allow students for joining from the personal IDs, because all of you have your due IDs, right? Am I clear, Shika? Am I clear? Shikha, am I clear? Can you hear me?
No, ma'am.
You cannot hear me?
Ma'am.
Okay, good. Alright, good. So let me brief you about the syllabus to begin with, and now see, we're going to study about basically socio-economic offences in the subject Law of Crimes 3. Now, what is socio-economic offences, and what is the evolution, what is the history, what all acts we are going to cover in it, and what all topics we are going to do, and how we are going to go about it. So this is the intro class for that. Now, anyone would like to tell me what are socio-economic offences? Okay, I have a list of all the students, so rather than me picking out, which class is this? Is it third class, first class, second class?
First class.
Kirti, tell me. Yes. This is your first class. No, first class of socio-economic offences, yes. But first class?
No, ma'am, not first class.
Second class.
Okay, third and first. Okay. Alright. So anyone would like to volunteer and tell me what do you think would be covered in socio-economic offences? No one?
Ma'am, like economic frauds, that kind of stuff.
Okay, economic frauds, yes. Okay, what kind of economic frauds?
Ma'am, like money laundering and
Yes, money laundering.
NDPS.
Yes, NDPS. What is
Tax
NDPS?
evasion, black market.
Yes, black marketing, hoarding, tax evasion, all this would be connected. So what is the basic idea? Okay, Asta has given corruption, Abhimanyu said offences against society, Sunny says white collar crime, Isha also gives the answer good. Alright, good. See, socioeconomic offences basically deals with, to begin with, crime. I hope all of you know the definition of crime. What is an offence or what is a crime? Anyone? Vivek also gives answer. Tanya also gives answer. Good. Harsh. Good. All of you. All right. Now, what is a crime or what is an offense?
It's an act or an omission which basically goes against the said laws and it tracks a penalty.
Okay, it goes against the said laws and draws a penalty. All right. Anything else? Any element that you would like to add to it? It's a good definition of crime. Yes. Somebody which would create, which would hurt others or cause any harm to the other. That would also be categorized as an offense or a crime. So basically any illegal action which will result in the breach of law, causing harm to other, causing harm to the society as such, would also be an offense or a person, right? Now we have basically two kinds of crimes. First kind of crime is the conventional crime, and second kind of crime that we have is the non-conventional crime. Now, what comes under conventional crimes? Anyone? What comes under conventional? What are the conventional crimes? I'm sure you've done your IPC, CRPC.
Ma'am, conventional crimes could cover theft, murder.
Exactly. Very good, Arya. See, conventional crime would be the normal crimes that we see in IPC. IPC gives you the list of the whole range of conventional crime, starting from murder, theft, dacoity, hurt, grievous hurt, all these kind of offences that are given in IPC. They are, and other acts as well. For example, domestic violence act also is kind of a conventional crime. So these are the crimes which are conventional crimes. And non-conventional crimes would include what?
Money laundering, NDPS.
Money laundering. Money laundering and?
Ma'am, political crime.
Political crime, good. And? Corruption, good.
Drugs.
Drugs, okay, crimes related to drugs, yes. Sorry?
Domestic crimes like, domestic violence, that kind of stuff.
Organized crimes.
Okay, domestic crimes, not exactly, but organized crime, somebody said yes, organized crime. Now who told me who said organized crimes?
Cyber crime.
Okay, Vivek is giving answer. Sorry, who said it?
That was Raghav.
Okay, Raghav, what is organized crime?
Basically, those crimes which are done for, those are not covered under IPC, and you have to prepare for it, like crimes committed under NTPS, like hoarding of drugs and illegal such.
Yes, you are correct. See, yes, organized crimes are basically the crimes which are committed in an organized manner, in a very systematic, organized manner. You've heard of mafias. Now, mafias do organized crime. The best example of an organized crime is not something which is only at a local level or a national level. Organized crime is huge and it can go up to international level as well. When we talk about terrorism is the best example of organized crime, right? Crimes related to drugs is also one of the form of organized crime, where everything is done in a systematic, just like we set up a company, a role is assigned to every person and everyone is doing their part of job and everything is happening in an organized manner. Similarly, in an organized crime, everything is related to, is linked to a chain, everything happens in an organized manner and it works almost like a company, organizing a crime. So terrorism is, whenever we talk about organized crime, terrorism is the best example that pops up in our mind, right? So we'll talk about that. Okay. So very correct. All of you have given correct answer that conventional crime would include the crimes like murder, theft, hurt, etc. Where what we are doing basically, where the harm is caused to one particular individual or 2-3 individuals at best. Right? Non-conventional crimes are the crimes which would include crimes like white-collar crimes, socio-economic offences and organized crimes. Now, the basic difference between conventional crimes and non-conventional crimes would be of mens rea.
You tell me, in IPC offences, is mens rea required or not?
Yes.
Okay, all of you are giving answers. Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm reading all the answer. All of you giving answer. Very good. See, obviously, in most of IPC, excepting very few, in all the offences that we talk about in IPC and other criminal laws as well, see, mens rea is required. And I hope till now you know what mens rea is. Right? Or should I explain?
Yeah.
Okay. See, mens rea is required in all these cases, but what happens in non-conventional offences is, in non-conventional offences, mens rea is not required. So the whole purpose of doing these crimes is to get money, is greed, and there is no mens rea, there is no intention to cause harm to someone else. Okay, there's a person, Sumit Singh. He's trying to join from his personal ID. Okay, I'm allowing him for now. Let me see. Wait. Sumit, have you joined the class? Sumit?
Yes, ma'am.
Sumit, you have joined the class with your personal ID. What you need to do is, when you go to Google Meet now, you need to switch your account and join the class with DUID next time when you enter the class. Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Alright. Now please mute yourself.
Okay, ma'am.
Now another point which just I was reminded of is that I see a strength of 99, but when I see the class strength, as in the people who have joined the class in classroom, it is less than 100. So all of you must join the Google Classroom, because that happened in other sections also. I see in my class of 90, 86 people are present in the class, but the class group only has a strength of 70. So all of you must, in whatever subjects, you have to join your Google Classroom in all the subjects. Just once you have to do. I'm sure you must have received an invitation mail. You only have to click on join the class, and that's it. So that whenever you try to enter the class, you don't have to seek permission again and again, right? Please do that for all the subjects in all the classes. Okay, coming back to a point. Now, non-conventional crimes are those which do not have do not involve a mens rea, and it does not affect one person. Basically, they affect the society as such. They affect the whole nation or whole society or international community as such. When we talk about terrorism, now terrorism is not something which is affecting only India or only European countries or only America or USA. It is something which is affecting, is having a pan. World over, it's having an effect. So these are the kind of non-conventional offences which do not have a mens rea as such. There is no requirement of proving a mens rea. If somebody is caught doing a terrorist act, he is not required to prove he intended to commit an act of terrorism. The moment he is caught, no mens rea required, punishment is given, right? Okay, so let's come to the socio-economic offences. When we talk about non-conventional offences, we have white-collar crimes, we have socio-economic offences, and then we have organized crimes. And there are other categories as well. Now, this subject basically deals with socio-economic offences. Now, what are social offences? Anyone? Anyone tell me what are social offences?
Untouchability, practicing of
untouchability. Oh yes, untouchability is, but untouchability is something which comes under kind of conventional crime in the sense that it is affecting one person. Okay, as a concept, yes. Okay, you have to tell me the definition of social offences. What would come under social offences? What kind of offences would come under? Untouchability is yes. Is an example of social offence.
And those crimes affect the society at large.
Yes, you're giving me examples. I'm asking. Your examples are correct. I'm asking you for definition or describe what is a social offence.
Ma'am, a crime that involves society as well as money.
Okay, a crime which would involve a society. In what way? Is it going to cause a right to privacy, somebody's right in dowry? Yes. But see, social offences are basically those kind of offences which affect the health or morals of the public at large. So any kind of act, any kind of offense which is going to affect the public morality or public health, or is going to have an effect on the society at large, would be a social offense. What would be an economic offense? Obviously, the name itself suggests that, okay, there are still students who are coming. Okay, all the students whom I've allowed to join with the personal IDs today, in the next class you have to join with your DU ID. Please keep that in mind. I've allowed, okay, Vivek Kumar also gave the right answer. Health and welfare of the community. Okay. Now coming to economic offences. See, economic offences would be ones which affect the economy of a country as a whole. Right? So, for these kind of offences, that is socio-economic offences, we have specific laws. And these specific laws govern the specific offences which are covered under socio-economic offences. Right? Now, in common parlance or generally how we understand socio-economic offences is we would take it as same as white-collar crimes. Now, what are white-collar crimes? Anyone knows?
Basically, corporate crimes.
Okay, corporate crimes. Now, corporate crimes would include, why do we call it white-collar? Tell me the reason behind calling it white-collar.
Ma'am, because these crimes are committed by professionals.
These crimes are committed by professionals who generally wear a suit and white shirt under the suit. So that's funny, but that's kind of also one of the reasons that I read in an article that I was reading. So the white is called white collar because these people wear clean clothes with suited, booted and white shirts and a tie, and then they commit a crime. Yes, so white collar crimes, yes, money laundering, evasion occur in large scale. Yes, all of you are correct. Committed by officials. Yes, all of. Sorry, cyber trading. Yes, of course. So white collar crimes are basically all. Sorry.
Which has been done by expert.
Which has been done by experts and which has been done by professionals, and is not done by a lay person, right? So these are the kind of crimes which we would categorize as white collar crimes. See, white collar crimes are basically done by rich people, by professionals, and socio-economic offences would include a much broader category of crimes. Right? I'll give you one simple example and the thing would become clear. Example is, let's take there is a person and the person was a government officer or a government servant. Let's not call him an officer. Yeah, jo bhi tha, jis bhi rank mein, he was a government servant. Now he's retired and he's at the verge of retirement or whatever. You're supposed to file income tax every year, and whatever income you have from other sources or from salary, whatever you're supposed to reveal it to the government, you need to tell, and on basis of your total income, the government is going to charge you tax. So there is one person, he's serving in XYZ company or government or whatever agency. He gives a wrong declaration of his income so that he can save some of his tax and he does not have to pay that tax to the government. Right? Is it a crime or not? You first tell me.
It is a crime.
Class, is it a crime or not? It is definitely a crime because this is a crime of what? This is a crime of tax evasion. Right? Yes, it is. Yes, very good. So what you're doing is you're basically trying to evade the tax that you were supposed to pay to the government, you're not paying. This is one illustration. Second illustration is there is a multinational company. Now this multinational company is having a business of crores and crores. Now this company is operating in India and this company also does some manipulation, and through that manipulation it is trying to show their profits as less, show their income as less, and they are also committing the same offense of evading the tax. Right? So the same offense of tax evasion is done by one person who is evading probably, let's say, who's kind of trying to save rupees 10,000 that he's not paying as tax. But on the other hand, there is a company, multinational company, which is earning in crores and crores, and they are evading tax and they are doing an offense of tax evasion. Are these both socio-economic offences or not? Are these both economic offences or not? First, you tell me.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, absolutely. Both of them are economic offences. Why? Both of them are economic offences because both these offences are going to have an impact on the economy of the country. If you're not going to pay tax to the government, how is the government supposed to get money? The major source of, in fact, the most important source of income for government is taxes, right? So the government is getting back money through tax, and then is when they are applying it on, several welfare measures that the government is doing. So both of them are economic offences, yes. Both of them are white collar offences or not? No. Both of them are. Kriti says, Karuna also says, everybody says it is not. Is any of them a white collar crime or not? Is any of them? Yes, it is. Okay, I'm getting the answer. Exactly, very good. All of you are answering in the chat box. Very good. See, the second one where the corporate entity is trying to evade the tax and not giving the money, that is an example of white collar crime. So basically, socio-economic offences is a broader category and white collar crime is a subcategory of socio-economic offences only. If you draw two circles, then the bigger circle would be socio-economic offences and the smaller circle would be the white collar crime. So white collar crime is basically part of socio-economic offences. If I please mute yourself. Everybody has to be on mute. Please mute yourself. I'm getting voice from someone. Okay, there's a phone number. You cannot join the class with a phone number. There's a student who has joined. I cannot see the name. I can see only the phone number and his mic is on. You need to switch off your mic. Please switch off your mic, otherwise I have to remove you from the class. Okay. And the person who's joined with the phone number, please tell me your name. Because how will I mark your attendance then? Unmute yourself and tell me your name. Okay, I think the person has left the class. Alright. So basically, if I try to paraphrase whatever I have said, what I can say is that all white collar crimes are socio-economic offences, but all socio-economic offences are not white collar crimes. Got it? Class, have you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
Repeat again, ma'am.
Repeat. See, I was saying all white collar crimes are socio-economic offences, but all socio-economic offences are not white collar crimes. And why so? Because socio-economic offences is a broader category and white collar crime is just one of the elements in that socio-economic offences, right? Socio-economic offences can include organized crime also, it will have white collar crimes also, it will have other categories also, right? Okay. So the crimes which are done by rich people on a larger scale involves a lot of money. So these are and done by professionals in a very professional manner, like money laundering if it is done. So money laundering is one. Cyber crime is also, if it is done in a large scale, it is an example of white collar crimes. Okay, now what are the different categories of socio-economic offences? We have done that and I'll just read out some of them for you. Evasion of tax is obviously one example of socio-economic offences. Other example would be corruption. Now what is basically corruption? What is corruption? Insider trading, yes, insider trading is also an example. Good, Arvind. Okay. Now tell me, what is corruption? Anyone?
Taking more money than you are authorized to take.
Okay, taking more money when you're authorized to take, yes. And, yes, please go on.
Taking advantage through disadvantage way.
Taking advantage.
Okay, through disadvantageous ways. Okay. Somebody else?
Basically taking
In a form of
consideration
self
for a
dishonesty
thing
and the
for which you are not allowed.
Okay, two people are speaking at the same time, please. One by one.
Taking consideration for a thing which you are not allowed for. Like if a policeman has to do his service, he has to write an FIR. He is not allowed to take consideration for that.
a form of dishonesty or criminal offenses or the thing you are taking as a consideration, but you are not entitled for that.
Demand
Yes, class.
of
Yes. Go on.
demand of something for doing an illegal act or official act.
Yes, absolutely. Just give me 1 minute. Just 1 minute now. Right, just 2 minutes. The definitions you gave was very correct. And basically, corruption involves when somebody is misusing their power, and somebody is given some power, and they are misusing that power to gain any kind of unfair advantage. For example, let's say a politician is given out, is somebody who's in class. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Because at times,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, good. At times it seems like a monologue where I'm talking to myself. Okay. So, for example, you have, let's say, the defense minister. Okay, we have so many examples. I do not want to take political examples, but we have to. Let's say the allegation that was put on the Congress government regarding Bofors, or the allegation that has been put on BJP government regarding this Rafale deal. So all these are forms of corruption where people are misusing the authority, and it can happen in any field. Any field, not necessarily private, public, or politics, or it can happen in private field, it can happen in any field whatsoever. So when one person is misusing the power to gain any kind of unfair advantage, that is corruption. So corruption is also one form of socio-economic offenses. Then we have black marketing, hoarding. What is black marketing and hoarding? Anyone?
Ma'am, this applies mostly to public goods, right? Where you keep more quantity of one particular commodity, and you sell it not at the approved rate, but sell it privately at your own rate, so you profit out of it.
Exactly. See, black marketing and hoarding would be, hoarding is when you are storing the goods. Let's say this is the time when I think some months back it was a harvest season for wheat and mustard. At that time, one person collects all the wheat and mustard that is produced in, let's say, the state of Rajasthan, right? And obviously, it will create a shortage in the market. When there is a shortage, what is the common law of economics? When the supply is less, the prices go up or down? High. So that high, exactly. So that's the basic purpose. What they want is they want to create a decline in the supply in the market so that the prices go high. When the prices go high, they will slowly and steadily release the goods that they have hoarded and sell it on a higher price. So that's their idea, or that's their actually modus operandi for profiteering and to get more and more profit. So that is hoarding. Black marketing is when you're selling a thing at a higher price than what is allowed, right? Okay. Now, is adulteration in food and drugs an example of is a socio-economic offense or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
It is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Why is it an offense? Which category? Social offense or economic offense?
Ma'am, both. Come in both.
Social.
Ideally, it should come in both, but more so of a social offense, because it is why it is a social offense?
Because it is affecting the health of the society at large.
Exactly, because you are playing with the health of people, you are affecting the health of the society, so that would come under the social offense, right? Okay, trafficking again is we know that trafficking, especially child trafficking, is a huge problem that we have. It's women trafficking also, especially to Saudi or these countries, Arabic countries. A lot of children are trafficked for camel race. I hope you know that. Women definitely are for other purposes, but then small children aged 3 to 4 years are trafficked because they have this event of camel race, and for that they need a person to sit on the camel, and the lighter the child, the better it is. Exactly. So the lighter the child, the better it is for them. So these are also the kind of social offences that are covered. Now we need to see that what is the distinguishing features that we see in socio-economic offences or white-collar crimes. Now first tell me, is there a mens rea involved in them? Flesh trade, yes, somebody said flesh trade against society, yes, good. Okay, is there a mens rea involved in socio-economic offences or white-collar crimes? No. Okay, Isha, Mohini, very good. So there is no mens rea involved. So what is the motive? There has to be some motive. Is there a motive behind it? When you're committing such offences, is there a motive for it? Yes, of course there is a motive. And what is the motive? Economic, greed, profiteering. Economic. You want to earn the maximum. Exactly. You want to earn the maximum amount of money, and that is the motive that you have. Right? Now, you also have target victims. Now, who are the target victims? Here the target victims would be state. State, for example, if you are evading tax, then your target victim is obviously the state. You are stealing money from the state. Or it can be a group of people. Now, how group of people? I give example of adulteration in food and drugs. Here the target audience is other consumers, the people who are buying those food or drugs. Now then is emotion. Yes.
Ma'am, wouldn't greed serve as mens rea in socio-economic offences, like adulteration?
For that we need to
purposely.
Okay. Dushyant, good question. Now I'm going to paraphrase this question, and the class has to answer. You tell me, would greed come under mens rea or not? In fact, I was waiting for this question.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me. Achha, greed would come under mens rea. I hope you have attended your IPC classes with great care and caution and attention. Tell me. Think. I'm giving you 1 minute. Okay, no, everybody. Okay, good. Those who are saying no have to give justification also, and they also have to tell me what does greed come under. If not mens rea, then what? I'll pick someone from them. Okay. Let me pick Parth Yadav. Parth? Okay. You're saying that greed is not mens rea. Why?
Ma'am, greed can be.
Or if it is not mens rea, what it is?
Ma'am, it can be a motive but not an intention.
Exactly.
Because intention is the conclusion.
Exactly, Isha. Exactly. Very good. Yes, Isha, good. But I asked question from Parth. But good. Right? See, there is a basic difference between mens rea and motive. Intention and motive. What is mens rea? Mens rea is intention to bring about a particular result. When they are committing a particular offense, for example, somebody is evading tax, is their intention that government should suffer and the economy of India should go down by me not paying my 10,000 rupees? I'm trying to bring down. As such, we've seen our GDP is declining. I wanted to decline further. Is that the intention, or is that the mens rea? No. But definitely there is a motive that is involved. There is a difference between motive and mens rea or intention. Mens rea is linked to intention, and motive is basically linked to your ultimate purpose that you want to achieve. Motive is what is it that you want by doing this act? What is it that you want to achieve by doing this act?
So in the cases of socio-economic offences, the motive is to get more and more money. The motive is to earn the maximum amount of profit. So that is the motive. Motive is definitely there, but there is no mens rea as such that is involved. Right, Dushyant? Have you understood now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now then we talk about emotional connect. Now when we talk about socio-economic offences, the person who is committing such offence, or let's say call him the accused person does not even know the victims. So there is no emotional connect, or there is no jaan pehchan between them. They don't know each other, no relation between them, right? However, when we look at conventional offences, now conventional offences, you would always find that generally in 90% of the cases, a person would have some kind of relation, or he would at least know the other, right? When we talk about murder, we talk about hurt or something like that. In that, they would at least know the other person, or it's like a one-on-one kind of offense, right? Now, although this is not a very good distinction, but I found it in the book, so I thought I'll discuss it with you, because I do find that even let's say when we talk about theft, there is no relation and there is no jaan pehchan as such between the person whose house has been robbed and the robbers, right? But still, it is kind of it affects only one person, and socio-economic offences are going to affect larger number of people. All right, now let's look at the mental element. The mental element what we get to know is that the socio-economic offences are done deliberately. It is intentional. It is not it's not like you don't want to commit an offence और गलती से आपसे tax evasion हो गया, या गलती से आपने drugs को adulterate करा, या गलती से आप milk में adulteration कर रहे हैं. In fact, milk is a product which is highly adulterated. I think we do not find pure milk anywhere now. So it's not कि गलती से उनके milk में यूरिया मिल रहा है या जो भी मिल रहा है, and buy it before, they don't even know about it. They're doing it intentionally. Everything is willful, right? And we're not bringing about the okay, somebody is asking, ma'am, what if the cyber attack is planned with the intention to harm the stock market of a particular country? Wouldn't it account to mens rea? Yes, it would amount to mens rea with the intention to harm, but we're taking a very generic kind of... What I mean by mens rea is when you have to punish someone for doing an offence. There is a requirement in IPC that you need to prove a particular mens rea for punishing that person. However, that is not the case in the case of socio-economic. To prove mens rea. The moment the person has done this offence, he will be punished. Right? So there is no requirement of proving mens rea. जैसे अगर आप IPC में भी देखोगे तो kidnapping में you don't have to prove mens rea. Right? And this is one of example where a socio-economic... But then we are talking in a very general sense that not all socio-economic offences have mens rea. Right, Akshay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Now, mode of operation. Now, generally the mode of operation that we see in socio-economic offences is fraud, deception, and it is not by force. Generally, that is the mode of operation. In conventional offences, we see the modus operandi can be fraud or force. But in socio-economic offences, we find that the mode of operation generally is fraud and not force. Nobody is forcing you to buy that particular brand of milk, or nobody is forcing you to buy the adulterated drugs, right? Okay, then we have to discuss the reason for emergence of socio-economic offences. I think I'll do it in next class because it's going to take time. Let me take your attendance. Nobody's going to leave the class. I'm taking the attendance.
And this sorry?
Ma'am, we don't have adequate permission to record your class.
I know, but then somebody... I know that. But then somehow the class was being recorded and I'm not recording it. So I wanted to know.
Ma'am,
Because... Ma'am, I tried to, but it did not record. Okay. It's not ethical to record a class without the teacher's permission. So, I'm sorry, ma'am. It showed that they will ask for the consent from the professor, but I think they did not. So it started automatically, but I have stopped it now. Oh, that's okay. All right. I think we are.